Hello, this is Paul, and this is a quick bonus episode of Legendary Adventures podcast. I'm going to be talking about some fun that I had with Tears of the Kingdom, specifically the Morok Shrine or Bouncy Device. If you haven't found this shrine yet and you're looking not to be spoiled on absolutely anything in the game, then you might want to watch something else, because I'm going to be showing the shrine and I'm going to be talking about how I managed to beat it without a paraglider. So why is it a big deal to beat it without a paraglider? Well, because I'm pretty sure that the developers intended you to have one. And there may be some other ways to do it than what I did, but I was stubborn and I was determined to complete the shrine after finding it. And I had gone in the exact opposite direction than you were directed to at the start of the game. And so I wound up not having a paraglider when I found this place, and I was pretty sure you needed one. In fact, looking at walkthroughs online seems to confirm that. So here's what I did. I'm going to say it took me many tries, but I eventually managed to do it. In the shrine, you're trying to get up 3 levels to the top, and you're doing it through using the bouncy devices referenced in the name. The first one is permanently built in, just a stone slab that quickly rises out of the ground and flings Link up. That will fling him to the next level, no problem. It's pretty easy to get up there and not take damage once it tosses Link up. On the second one, there's actually like a lip on the level you're trying to get to, which is probably the first hint that you're going to want the paraglider for this, because it makes it hard to get over. But I found that by sending Link into a dive, I could get up there just fine without really taking any damage. Now here's where it got interesting. At this point, the shrine kind of wants to send you off to the side where there's an orb to pick up and get into a basin in order to open a door to access more of these springs. At first, I wasn't even sure that I could make it over the hole there without a glider. I kind of messed around a little bit, but not too much, and just wasn't sure that I could make it over that hole. At first I wanted to try to angle the spring lower in the hopes that that wasn't too high and that I would avoid taking damage when I went up there, but that was no dice, so I just angled the spring like you were supposed to. I got on it, I rode it, and I found out that you can make it just fine. It doesn't hurt you at all. It's getting back. That's the issue. So first you have to grab the orb, and you have to use an angled spring and a little groove in there to shoot the orb back over and get it to land in a basin. But if Link shoots over from that same spot and lands in that basin, he will die. That's what I found. It's just too far of a drop. You want to land at a higher level than that deeper level of the basin. So kind of what I cooked up with was angling the spring in a way to try to get Link to brush up against the wall to build some friction as he fell and to try to reduce the damage. And it took many tries to kind of get to the spot I wanted to, but it ended up working. I had Link survive a fall with only a quarter heart of damage. I was able to heal and then move on. Next up, you had to stack springs on top of each other, and after a little fiddling with that and figuring it out, I had the 3 springs stacked on top of each other with Ultra Hand. I shot Link up, and I didn't quite make it. When I went into the dive, I wound up on a slightly lower level where there's a treasure chest that contained a sneaky elixir, but it wasn't the goal, and there was no way up from there, and the only way back down was to die, basically. So I did have to start over. I actually managed to get back to where I was while taking less damage. So then I fiddled around for a bit and tried to think of ways I could angle the springs, and eventually just, there's that little basin next to the springs where an orb could sit, but not putting the orb in there, just fiddling with the springs, and so that they're angled just a little bit facing towards the goal. I got Link to shoot up to the top and reach the goal. And it was a lot of fun to do, I thought, to just kind of brute force my way through this. It's not a way I normally play games like this, but I had fun doing it, and it was possible, and I just thought I would show it off to all of you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll leave a like or potentially subscribe to the podcast. I'm going through all the Zelda games in release order on this podcast. Tears of the Kingdom is just bonus content right now, but hopefully you like that, and hopefully you'll check out the rest of the podcast. I'm wrapping up Zelda 2 this week, and then I'll be on to A Link to the Past next week, so I hope you check it out, and I'll talk to you later.